I don't know why, but you are watching the Madness Comic Network. Are you mental?
Who am I, you ask? I was created in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by the waste of a dying world. I was bestowed with an insurmountable task: bring peace after decades of death, persecution, and chaos. I am a grandchild of war, destined to help two camps which hate has fueled for far too long. Surprisingly, I am not alone. Have an odd bunch to make the road a little more bearable. Come with me, to bring hope where there was despair, respect where there was resentment, creativity where there was destruction. I am Pinocchio, and this is my story.
It's Flip City Magazine, The Parodies, Special Edition, with savage send-ups of The Walking Dead, Star Trek Picard, Stranger Things, The Mandalorian, Guardians of the Galaxy, and more from the first 4 years of Flip City. Get Flip City The Parodies free when you subscribe in print at flipcitymag.com. The world's best satire magazine, and never, ever woke.
Hey, everybody, Dirk Manning here, the writer and creator of numerous comic books and graphic novels, including Nightmare World, Tales of Mystery, Brave But Not Dead, all kinds of stuff. And I am super excited for you because you are getting to watch right now right this moment, out of all the things we're going to be doing, you're getting to enjoy and revel in the Madness Comic Network. And that is awesome. Thank you for being here.
There. Oh, looks like he had us on there for a second already. So just it's using the back camera. Just point this.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. All right. Let me know when it started. I should be able to hear him through there.
You are in a mobile location.
This is live in 5 minutes.
Oh, we're live now.
We're live
Oh,
now.
we're live now? All right.
Yeah, we are live now.
Here. Let me turn this up where I can hear you, Pops.
That does not look like your home studio, Mr. Garner.
All right. Hey, you guys. So, my lovely wife had to step away for a minute. So, I got, tell them your name, man.
I'm Tyler.
That's
Nice.
Tyler.
Hello, good Tyler. You're amazing.
For the moment. So,
This is so impressive.
I think it should be.
You need to project more so we can hear you.
I knew that'd take you longer than that, honey. So here she is. We can hand the camera back over to her.
Yeah, she knows what she's doing.
Not really.
All right. So,
Whoa.
I don't know. I'm gonna look at Apocalypse Girl.
follow me.
Okay.
So where are we at, Les?
All right. Bring it in here. So what we got going on here is we'll walk through today of the gallery show that has been going on for the last here at the Paducah School of Art and Design. And joining us here, if you would turn and show my friend Tyler here. He was
Tyler.
helping with the camera while my wife was indisposed for a moment. So
Nature called. Somebody had to answer.
got Tyler and my
My
girl.
gosh.
Hello.
How'd you get a rock and roll model to come to your studio?
If you only knew.
Charles.
That's amazing.
Yeah, there's. I'm
This
gonna
is all I'm able to get.
this is a public place, so I'm gonna refrain from all the bad jokes that came to mind. I'll keep those. I'll keep those loaded for later. But so anyway, you are at. Actually, step over here and just do a little shot down the hallway real quick.
Oh, wow.
Uh,
This is Les's house.
So this is the Paducah School of Art and Design, and there's the poster for the show. Fun.
Whoa.
So this show's been going on since this November 14th. See, I can read.
Wow. Good morning, Sketchy.
We got a number of things here. Step out there, just give you the experience.
Hey, let's see that sign to the right of you, that big metal sign out on the outside. What's that all about?
Oh, that's all the stuff about the school.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think I see your name somewhere in there, but let's move on.
I see Miss Julie in the office looking out here like, what are these balls doing? So
There's a lot of art in that gallery.
wave, Miss Julie. All right, there she is.
All right, administration caught on tape live.
All right, so Tyler got pulled away for a minute.
Whoa, what a shot just walking in. What is this amazing piece ahead of us? That's incredible.
We'll get to that in just a minute. So we're gonna start to the left and make our way through. Now there normally is this big wall back here is normally a video that's on a 15-minute loop with some of my music and time lapses of like sculpting and drawing. But that's not on for the moment, so we'll just leave that way.
What if it was on, but it's out of our frequency of being able to visualize it, like it's in the X-ray or in the gamma ray?
Too much cramming.
That's
That's
great stuff.
So this is one of my sketchbooks. So this one, it's got a bug in it. January 2003, this is from. So we can take a quick little flip through some of this.
I wish it was from 93, so then I could have said it's so last century.
Oh, I remember this.
Is that the pizza guy?
No. This was a guy named Bob who was a comic shop owner.
Wow.
In Richmond, Kentucky. And it was 2003 was when he died.
Oh, God bless him.
And he was a really, really cool dude who helped me out in the early days. Actually, his shop used to be frequented by myself as well as Tony Moore and Bob Kirkman.
That's incredible.
So, because those guys are, Tony's from Richmond, Kentucky, and Bob is from, I think, Cynthiana. Yeah, Cynthiana, Kentucky. And when he died, I popped off a quick sketch of him from memory.
If I may ask, how did he pass?
He was old as dirt.
Okay.
So.
It looks like he's 20 in that picture.
Other sketches here. I'll turn this.
Oh, that's a cool truck.
You just want to keep it in the light if possible, honey.
Wow.
So yeah, that was a design for some 3D work back in the day, and there's all kinds of little things in here that are just quick design sketches and whatnot.
Boy, werewolves, even back then.
Oh, dude, werewolves have been part of my bread and butter for a long time.
Werewolves and dwarves.
Mm-hmm. Okay, zoom back out a little bit. Just show the overall book.
Wow. Well, what I think is so cool is just seeing your past and the mentality behind it.
I like that.
Hey, Pops.
I have to say it's really easy for him to draw dwarves when he has you for a model, Charles.
Ah!
Oh, this was a good one. This orc. I love this orc.
Oh, that looks like a juiced up
on the
Popeye.
orc. Yeah.
It's orc.
I think it's a juiced up Popeye. Ooh, gosh.
He's orc, of course.
Anyway, the whole point of that, and there are two other sketchbooks here over there on the other platforms, is that since I was about 19, I've had this kind of ritual I do where every so often I buy a new sketchbook, put the date on it, and then that's where I draw. So it's like, and I don't necessarily finish the entire sketchbook, but it gives me a way to look back over my progress through the years and also keep like track of ideas and things. So I've got a running collection of these right now that's from, 2003 is the oldest one I still have, all the way through this year. So there's like 21 years worth of these on a shelf in my studio. So that's what the deal is with the sketchbooks. Now, if we take a look right here, let's get a good shot of that.
Oh, that's awesome.
So and I'll just read off what I've got on there's a card here on the wall with it that has information. Camera's right there. There you go.
That's a sketchbook.
Oh, it's talking about the sketchbook. It's not talking about that. Okay. Oh, the card for that's over with the other one. Well, there's two pieces like that. There's that one, and then we'll go over here. Also, may lift this open to a good sketch. I like that.
Now, I have a question because your backgrounds are very robust. When did you develop the knack for backgrounds, or what helped you on learning how to see so that you can incorporate backgrounds and figures together? Because a lot of artists have major problems with that.
One of the many things I'll credit to my my high school art teacher, Carol Osborne. I mean, she had us drawing that kind of stuff a lot, doing a lot of still lifes. And because my curriculum in high school, she really helped craft it around what I wanted to do afterwards. And I was always irritated by comic book artists who fudge their backgrounds. That was a thing even back then. And so, she helped me sort of push into developing the skills I needed, with perspective and composition and all that to be able to do that and do it well. So let's see, we got another sketchbook over here.
So basically, you were very lucky.
Yeah.
A teacher who knew how to teach art and how to see instead of hear techniques.
I really liked that sketch.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I don't even remember who that was or what it was of.
My future wife, if it's a woman.
I was probably sketching somebody in a waiting room somewhere for something. So moving right along, we've got some stuff in the centerpiece here. That's one of the covers from Prometheus in Chains. Fun
Aptly named.
Then let's swing around and catch the other piece over here before we get talking about the Apocalypse Girl stuff. So right here is a personal piece, which I actually don't do many personal pieces of artwork, but this was something that was actually a test of doing a monochromatic drawing / painting, because it does have a lot of gray value to it. It's actually done on a piece of cardboard. So that was kind of neat. I was very curious about how that chipboard stuff would work for doing more artwork, and I really kind of dig it.
Now, what is that technique? Because I've seen black core paintings where the media, the paper is black, and you can only use white or light colors to bring it out. Is there a process or a name behind that?
You might be thinking about scratchboard.
Scratchboard, yeah. It's reminiscent of scratchboard.
With scratchboard, you've got a piece of paper or card that has a relatively thick coating of something black on it, and you scratch through the black to leave the lighter color showing through. With this, it's different because working on cardboard, it's going to be that medium brown color. And part of the exercise was to build up my rendering from the medium. Normally I'm working from white to black, working on a white page, and I'm drawing black lines. This was an exercise to start working in the middle so that I can either add light or add dark.
Fascinating.
And it may not seem like much just in saying it, but the actual exercise of working from a middle tone forward is really useful for helping develop your sense of depth. It's something that I would actually like to do more of it, honestly, but it's a time permitting sort of thing.
Yeah,
so,
Lovey Skeen, by the way, said love that contrast. And
we got some folks watching.
Really happy with your work.
We got any folks?
Wolf says hi also.
Oh, cool. I was gonna say, share their comments and things, and then we'll respond to that as we get it.
Yeah, we've been having Pop's been helping them to pop up. So
cool. All right, and of course, for the first section of the gallery, that brings us to my baby. So, Apocalypse Girl. I've talked about this book online many times, so I almost feel like I beat a dead horse with it, but I love this book. I love the characters. I've got 2 more volumes of it coming.
Nice.
These were digital paintings, and these are the only prints that exist of these paintings. So they're actually really precious to me. What's there to say about Apocalypse Girl that I haven't said a million times already? I mean, if you watch me, you probably know Apocalypse Girl's post-apocalyptic book.
Pops has a quick question.
I got a question. Is this the first time Apocalypse Girl has been on the wall in an art gallery?
Yes.
Woohoo! Okay, now how does that feel?
In that format.
How does that feel? That's something you've never been asked before about Apocalypse Girl, right there.
It really is. It's weird. It's really weird. This whole experience of having my stuff in this gallery is honestly really bizarre. So,
but it's from personal experience. It is so much fun, and the fact that random people who you'll never meet and maybe never even know can see your art, admire the art, and then go on. And that's what I find fascinating about the gallery world, is how your work will affect strangers and you'll never have an interaction.
It's a weird thought, but super cool. I mean, I was excited about it. And then when I dropped all the stuff off and I walked through with Randy Simmons is curating the school here. I dropped all the stuff off and we got it all staged out on the floor, and then I left so he could do the install. And when I came back and saw the stuff installed, it was just
humbling.
I mean, it was breathtaking, man. It was really weird, really weird to see my work featured in that kind of an environment. So it's honestly, as a I should just start referring to myself as a pop culture artist, because I've done so much stuff out. And for a guy who has worked in pop culture circles for 32 years, to get featured in this kind of environment is rare and weird. It feels weird. Normally, we don't get respect in those kind of environments. So, it's just nice. It's just crazy.
That's something you've never said about having Apocalypse Girl before. You got her on the wall in a gallery. So I got to be the first one to ask you how that felt.
Oh yeah.
Excellent, Pops. So Pops talked about pop art.
There you go.
So here we've got, this was a promotional piece of Anna. And I mean, that's about all there is to say about it. I love the composition of it and the pose on that one. It's one of my favorite pieces of Anna. Then here we've got a page that's part of a sequence that continues on another wall, which that's a really important page in her story. So let's move on to that other wall.
Sketchy Guy says Pops art. That would be a different show. Sketchy Guy.
Girl, let's go ahead and catch the Apocalypse Girl stuff, and then we'll do the little time travel here in a second. So that page was part of this sequence. I believe it got put on the wall out of order, but that's okay. I ain't mad at it.
Okay, so, oh crap! I want to show you something, but I got to load it up in here first, because Sketchy Guy might know a little something about pop art. Or should I say, Pops art?
Oh wow! Hey, Sketchy just gave a fascinating concept. Imagine you get a wall in Paducah, a major wall, where people have been putting in pop art, and you do a sketch or a oversized version of one of your comic book pages for the world to see, and it's a permanent art. How cool is that?
There you go. Look, it's Crom hanging out with Les. Sketchy drew this Crom right here, guys. You
That's
can see it
cool.
on the screen. Sketchy drew that.
Oh,
Pop's art right there. You see that?
that's cool. I like that version of Crom, man.
Yeah.
So then these pages continue. I gave a lot of room to Apocalypse Girl stuff on here. So let's see. I believe that one was a page from issue number 2. This was from issue 5, I believe.
Wow. Oh yeah, I remember that page. Oh my God.
Yeah, that dog looks hungry, bro.
Oh, I love doing those dogs. The dogs are wild. And here was another promotional piece that actually ended up not using it, even though I really like it. I say promotional piece with the original. Well, with Apocalypse Girl went through 3 publishers, and with the second publisher, I of course got further down the line, and I was doing covers and things for the series, and that was originally supposed to be the cover of issue number 5.
Woo.
But then with the third and what would be the final publisher, we went with doing paintings for the covers. So that ended up not getting used, but I still love that piece. So, all right, I'm going to catch my breath for a second, and let's go to Shadow.
Yeah, and just looking at even the wall layout, it's beautiful. The symmetry, and then the it's very well thought out. And I like the 553. Is there any secret code behind 553?
It's what we had in Spaceport.
Got it.
You know I'm pragmatic.
Yes, you are.
What we have here is Shadow Cross.
Woo!
And this is like stupidly special to me. Like these 5 pages on the wall, out of everything here, are the most priceless. And the reason is that here, let's focus on the cover here. And the reason is that this was the first comic book series that I got hired to work on. So we can go through these pages. I believe I have it written on these. These are from issue number 7 of Shadow Cross. And
Page 1.
What page is that? No, it's page
6? 8. Okay, page 8. Wow.
Number 7, page number 8. Yeah. And then, 8, 9, 10, and 11 is what these are.
Back in the 90s, what was a page rate for something like this? What range have you seen?
Tell you what I got paid on these is just almost embarrassing.
Okay.
It was
What is this on?
it's where you've slid your finger in the screen. It's fine.
Can you
look at it? Yeah. Just you don't want to slide your fingers on the screen.
Sorry.
So it's their first time doing the photography for this stuff. So the question was about page rates. So page rate that I worked at back in 1993 when these were done was probably about $50 a page.
Okay.
About $50 a page, pencils and inks, which was, I mean, it to me it was stupid low then. It would definitely be stupid low now.
Right. That's like overseas money now in today's rate.
Yeah, nowadays my average page rate is for pencils and ink. Well, and I'm one of the lower rated guys out there as far as what I charge, and there's a reason for that. I will do fully inked pages for $110, $120 a page, but sometimes 150 if it's super complicated stuff and there's tons of characters. But the reason for that is that most of the time I barely pencil a page.
Yeah.
I mean, if somebody wants me to do the work, I'll take on a project and my pencils will be very, very loose, sometimes almost non-existent. And I probably 8 out of 10 times, probably 80% of the time, I just go straight in and just draw in straight ink. So
I've seen it done. It's incredible. I've seen this man efficiently with his system get pages done very quickly, hand inking. I mean, it's awe-inspiring.
So I average 3 to 5, sometimes 6 pages a day.
Yeah. And seeing that live, it's just excitingly intimidating.
Oh, it's fun when he'll come stay in my guest room, and I'll get up at like 5 a.m. and slip out to the shop, and he'll come out to the shop. Hey, what's going on? And I'm like, well, I got my first page finished. I'm halfway through the second.
Yeah.
So
it's like Jack Kirby can take lessons from you.
We got a question. We got a couple questions for you. Les.
Yeah. One, do you ink other people's pencils? If somebody gave you a stack of drawings, would you ever be willing to ink them?
They pay me.
Okay.
There you go.
I don't know.
Also, with your earlier work, were you influenced by Todd McFarlane?
Yeah.
Okay, so that does show.
And
then Pops does very interesting pencils. Could you imagine a cross where Pops draws something and then you ink it and he
You didn't have to ink it all to cover up all my mess, man.
Oh,
Look, have you ever thought of doing wall murals, recreations of your pages?
yeah. I mentioned that earlier. That'd be cool.
Doing a mural like of one of my pages would be neat. I've done mural work before.
Yeah.
Back in the 90s when I was alongside comics, I was running airbrush shops and working in airbrush shops throughout Lexington, Kentucky. Part of the gig with that was oftentimes doing things like murals and I've done huge walls. I've done ceilings.
Yes.
At one point, I did a set of 6 murals in a club that had been a bank in the 1920s.
Oh, that would have been cool.
This was so neat. The place had these, it looked like there were frames on the wall, but nothing in them. There was moldings. There were these giant 12-foot by 8-foot rectangular moldings. And there was space inside them where something might have been once, but wasn't anymore. And they wanted me to fill those up with murals. Interesting thing about that, they were 25 feet off the ground.
Oh boy.
So and there was a tiny walkway under them that you could use. So I would take dig a ladder and sit that and then make a little platform out from the walkway so I had room to stand and work. And I'd work on about 3 to 4 foot wide section at a time, get down, move the ladder, set everything back up, go work on the next section. It was nuts. It was absolutely insane.
And they didn't offer to have you join the sign painters union at that point?
Yeah, I don't deal with unions. But yeah, I've done that kind of stuff. Doing that with a page would be neat. I would dig that. So when I move on and get into a couple of personal pieces that are hanging up in here.
Do you have any old images of those murals, or is that long gone? Is that bar still in existence?
That bar closed down a long time ago, and all of that stuff is lost. So yeah, is what it is. Was what it was. So moving forward, like I like to do. This is another one of those cardboard pieces. This one I was building up and really turned it into a kind of from memory piece, kind of what my own memory thought of my own mother when she would have been young. So it's kind of a special piece to me. I don't know how dead on, I don't think it's very dead on to her, but it was just kind of evoking the memory, of her. And over here is a painting that when it leaves the gallery here, it will be going to my wife's brother, Mr. John Clemente. It's a painting I did of his children, Calvin and China. The beautiful couple of kids. That was a fun thing to do. A little tough because we lost China a few years ago, and everybody in the family misses that kid. She was a lot of fun. But that'll be going to John when the gallery show is over. Now we'll swing around and we'll get some of these double page spreads I've got up in here. So over here we have pages from a new book that I'm on that I've talked about a little bit here and there on the stream called Oz, A Nightmare in Emerald. So if we go up and look at this page, we have there's some important backstory stuff going on there.
A lot of glare, sorry.
Oh, is it glaring real bad? I'll see if I can come back here.
It's okay.
Yeah. Oh, it looks good. You got a good view on it. And then it's funny because my favorite page in here is the one that's got the most glare on it right now. Let's see if we can do something about that. Also.
It's all about the angles, man. It's all about the angle.
Intimidating. So now with a double page like this, is this like a 2-hour, 3-hour, 10-hour job, 3-week job? Just incredible.
That good?
Yeah, it's good.
Go.
Better.
I'm going to bring this on down to the other one.
Yeah, it's all about the angle.
Yeah.
If you look up at it from below, look up at it from below, you probably have a little better look at it.
I'm very small.
No, I said up at it from below, not down at it from above.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I didn't know there was windows up there too. Yeah,
Yeah. So Janice was doing it the correct way. She's very intelligent.
So, yeah, this page is a moment in the story where Dorothy is being led through the land of Oz by a character called Patches. And something about this spread that I love.
yeah, it's awesome. It's all awesome, dude.
Cool.
Down here we've got two-page spreads from Reign of Dracula.
Oh wow, Sensi us.
And just because everybody knows how much I love them, here on this page is horses.
Because you love to draw horses.
Oh yeah. I got a story where every panel has a horse. And Les told me some interesting words.
I literally, after I said publicly on a stream recently that I kind of went off complaining about how often I was having to draw horses.
Have you ever worked with Jason Jensen?
No. But
okay.
Let me finish that thought. Thanks for interrupting me, Charles.
Sorry.
Question asked back.
Oh, well, let me finish the thought and then I'll answer that question. Now, I was after I had said something publicly about drawing horses so much, the writer on the Oz project calls me up and he's like, "Hey, Les, guess what I put in issue 5 for you?" And I'm like, "Horses?" He's like, "Yeah." Like, I swear, like everybody I work with and every book that I work on now, they're all like, "Hey, man, I made sure to put some horses in there for you." All right, what was that question again?
Oh, you ever work with Jason Jensen?
Nope, not familiar with.
Oh, now this is an amazing piece. Ooh, I feel the spooky vibe already.
All right, get that camera off me and on the hottie. There you go. I won't pretend to pronounce her name, but she's Cthulhu's daughter. And this wall contains pieces from the forthcoming Dr. Van Meter's Forbidden Cthulhic Tarot. So these are pieces from the tarot deck that I've been working on over the last year with Charles.
Thank you.
So that is Cthulhu's daughter. I forgot which card we had her for because
she is the Queen of Seals, which translates to the Queen of Coins.
Gotcha.
If you want to sign up on the list to get notified when we launch this on Kickstarter, please type in get.hplovecrafttarot.com. You can learn much more about the projects and some amazing stuff. I've been working on a lot of the definitions for the cards, with less editing them for consistency, but they are delightfully disturbing and creepily insightful. I've already used them for tarot readings, and people have been positively spooked by how accurate the readings can be.
Nice. So the next piece down from that is going to be Cthulhu. And my take on Cthulhu in this is actually based on a model that was done years ago in collaboration with my son. So I always like to give him credit when there's something that I work on that uses some element of what we've done together. So if Killian happens to be watching this, that's Cthulhu, son.
Woo!
Yeah. Moving on, we've got a couple of special pieces that are additional to the deck. This one will be a card called The Artist and is a self-portrait.
It is completely terrifying, Les.
I really enjoyed doing that. And Next to that is the engineer, which
The most
is
terrifying one of them all.
that's a card for and of Mr. Charles, who definitely, I definitely was kind to him in the grooming of his beard in that piece. So. And last but not least of the Cthulhu or of the tarot pieces is the creator.
The creator.
Card that's added to the deck is a new card called the creator, of course, of Lovecraft himself, and I adore that one.
The other thing I think it's been fascinating with what you've done with this list is not only do you have the major arcana, which is typical, the minor arcana, which is typical, but you have given the potential for the eldritch arcana, which to me is just, ooh.
So the pieces of the one called the artist and the one called the engineer will be part of a special addition to the tarot called the Eldritch Arcana. And what that is there are some cards being added to it that are for people involved in it, and giving them some meaning and some presence in the deck. But then also we've got a program going on called Eldritch Angels that opens up some things. And I won't get real super depth into that here, but essentially there's an opportunity for people to actually be added as part of the deck that would go out to everyone. And I've changed the idea a couple of times for some organizational purposes, but what it's boiled down to is a thing called the Eldritch Arcana, so that there's a section of the deck that is additional that will add those people as cards and generate meanings for them. It's I consult with the people, and then I come up with ideas for what their archetypal presence among the tarot should be. So that's fun. We're not quite sure how many are going to be in that by the time it's all said and done. But right now there are 5 that I can recall right off the top of my head, including these 2. So there is that.
And the creator, he would be a one. So
creator.
6, yeah, you got about 7 already for the Eldritch Arcana.
Yep. Yeah, I think 6 or 7 is about where we're at with that. So the Eldritch Arcana is going to be kind of interesting. All right. Now, over here we have the recently controversial Auto Clash.
Woohoo!
Flesh versus AI.
That is such a cool game.
Yeah, and
and you worked your ass off on this, sir.
It is funny to me, the recent controversy around some of the artwork with this, and that I had to go through and actually, bring up video evidence to prove that the art on this is not AI art. This is my art. This is my drawing, my painting, my designing. This is all my work. So,
and the best part was when we showed proof, the person ran away instead of saying, "Hey, okay," So.
Yeah, but I'm not going to go too negative.
Nope, because this is all about you.
This is
and the amazing work you do.
It's all about the work.
Yeah. Here's what's really fun about the game, too, is we could either blow each other up, be the last one standing. We could work together and not fire one shot amongst each other, but still the game works to kill us, and we try to defeat Master Computer. And there's even rules where you can become an AI car focused on destroying all flesh. And it's been a hell of a lot of fun. And then the sculpts, the 3D sculpts that you've done for the game that just match the car, it's amazing and uncanny. You even did sculpts of the trophies, which are just, wow. Oh, my God.
I'm really pleased with the way this game came out, and it's a fun game. You guys did a good job designing, doing the actual game design.
Even Janice loves it, and the thing I've discovered is when friends, girlfriends, or wives enjoy a game, that's good potential.
All right. And she's working her way around the board. While she's doing that, I'm going to step aside for just a moment and grab a drink.
Yeah.
Is that Charles in the middle of the board?
Driving away like a mad fool, probably. Dun, dun, dun. The clandestines. Now, another thing is, basically the story is society fell because of AI. And we're now working with rogue AI cards to prove we have the right to exist, at least as pets. And the card on the wall, that's a representation of me. But and what's neat with the game is you can go backwards and forwards in the games. So you can go forwards and reverse, and the game changes as you draw a card. You have new situations for those spots that just stay there, and the whole game can change as a result of just one card. And up to 6 players can play, so it can get really nasty and bloody fast.
And you can kill all those AI, all of them.
Yeah, pretty cool, huh?
Kill all the robots. Kill them all.
The controversy we had is hilarious, considering the whole point of the game is to kill AI.
Yes.
Right. We're riffing on AI, and
yes.
That's it.
We're here to
the last
destroy.
asset all I have to do is designing money.
Literally
to destroy the apps of AI. Everything.
Literally, the AI is the enemy. So, this one's gotten a little canted.
Oh, that's nice. Yes.
What we right here, this is Dragons versus Adventures. I couldn't come up with a better name for it than that. But this was a commission piece for Mr. Corey Toon, who's the founder of an organization that I'm a board member of called the Dice Alliance. It's a charity organization where we use Dungeons and Dragons and other role-playing games and board games to help disadvantaged kids learn social skills and different life skills.
Cool.
So,
cool.
It's an amazing non-for-profit that has done a lot of good for the community in general. And it's growing by leaps and bounds. I was fortunate enough to be in one of their games a couple of times and just see and meet all these people. And the best part about Corey Toon is say his name super fast 3 times. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, the meeting with those kids and running the D&D game that I run for them every month is one of the highlights of my month. And sitting next to this, we've got a dragon sculpt of mine, which I also painted. And then these are some dice that Charles has released under his Silver Phoenix Entertainment that I helped with the sculpting of. Nice.
Yeah. Could you imagine that dragon coming out of the sky to get you? Terrifying.
Charles, where can your game be found? Can you drop a link to that?
If you go to drive.autoclash.com, you can sign up for it.
There you go.
We're building it up, email list, so that when I release it, we could sell 20 or 30,000 units.
You know, you can drop the link to that in the chat over there.
Oh, yeah. I think that's in my... Well, every time I try to do a chatter, it wants me to like sign up on this and sign up on that, and then I get kicked out. So
Facebook me the link.
Yeah, I'll do that now.
To the sign up, and then I'll put it in the chat. Okay.
So got a little bit backlit here, but there is a copy of Homestead.
Yeah, I'm still kicking myself in the ass. I saw Dirk a couple weeks ago and forgot to get one.
I'll take care of that. So, shit. Funny, I can make comics, but it's hard for me to read them one-handed. So there's some good stuff in there. But as far as the calorie show is concerned, let's move on over here. We've got a number of pieces up here that are from Homestead. This was an early character piece working up an approach to doing the werewolves, which that was a lot of fun. I love that piece. Then early on, before the script was finalized, the main character, Bill, was going to be in my mind anyway, was going to be a little bit more of a gunslinger. And I had worked up this design for him that we have over here, which I eventually pared that way down to, more of a farmer than a gunslinger. And so that concept art right there is probably going to become something else down the road. Then see, there's another werewolf concept piece. And then next to that are the 3 plates that went out accompanying the short story in the final version of Homestead that made it into the book.
That's just so cool.
And at the centerpiece of the whole wall is a recreation of the original of the Homestead wraparound cover. The original for that was purchased by Dirk. So Mr. Dirk Manning has the original of that. But I really wanted a recreation of that in here that I love this cover. And this piece of artwork has probably done more for my career in the last 2 years than that thing's done some heavy lifting.
Hey, I like the horses.
Yeah, more of those damn horses. Yeah, Homestead's really where it started on the horse thing, because it's a Western, so there's lots of horses in it.
What do you really enjoy about werewolves? Because that seems to be a common thing about you. Some people are really into the vampires, ghosts, hypertech, superheroes, spandex. But with you, it's like hair everywhere.
Werewolves have always been my favorite horror creature. Just full stop. Horror and fantasy both. And you can put werewolves in anything, and it's always cool to me. So, I mean, it's just I associate very deeply with a lot of the concepts behind them. There's all kinds of different werewolf lore that I love, and in the old World of Darkness role-playing game, I played the absolute crap out of Werewolf the Apocalypse for a long time. And the last Homestead piece we have is actually this sculpt.
Wow.
And that is one of the pieces that was made available to folks exclusively through the Kickstarter. So if you didn't back it in the Kickstarter, you ain't getting one of these.
Wow. How unlucky the rest of the world is.
Yeah. Yeah, these are
hand painted by you.
Ridiculously limited, sculpted by me, produced out of resin by me, and painted by me. So,
it kind of sounds like your profile for Apocalypse Girl.
Yeah, unlike a lot of times where you'll have a book that you read and it's got collectibles you can get to go with it. On this one of the creators of the book does the collectibles.
Wow.
Then next up, we have a sculpt that I painted. I sculpted and painted, of a character called Deceit from this series I'm working on called Paradox. And she will lead our way into this next big wall. So we're going to need to pull back and get a nice big shot of this.
I love this wall.
So this
is amazing.
These are the paintings that are covers for the series called Paradox. And the theme of the paintings are each one is an homage to some influential horror movie poster from the 80s. So if you don't recognize them, I'll go through and call them out. So number 1 is an homage to Hellraiser. And Doug, if you're watching, thank you, man. I worked with Doug Bradley off and on for a long time through some different clients and things, and super cool dude. So that was actually a lot of fun to kind of bring one of his classic moments and pay homage to it. Then the second one is an homage to Friday the 13th, I believe, part two or three the poster art to that. I love poster. I've always loved movie poster art. Drew Struzan is one of my big influences, and I love the poster art Frazetta used to do. I just all that stuff, and then coming up in the '80s, the poster art on the walls in the video stores was like that was just super cool. I would literally hop off the school bus after school in town while my dad would drive the bus around the route and then pick me back up and we go home. So in that time period I would go grab my comics off the newsstand at the drugstore, and then I'd walk down to the video store and go looking around. So those things are kind of put together as influences. Now, this one is real special to me because my all-time favorite horror movies or horror movie franchise is Nightmare on Elm Street. So it was absolutely going to happen that I was going to pay tribute to Nightmare.
Yeah, I thought that was hysterical. And what was really funny was there was a woman who looked like that girl grown up, and so I did a mock photo of her with that.
Huh?
Oh yeah, your poster is either the original poster or can be poster 2 for Friday the 13th. Just to let the audience know.
Cool.
For Paradox.
So then number 4 over here, I think everybody can kind of gather what that one's giving the nod to. A little bit of old Leatherface, man, with Texas Chainsaw.
I wonder what the Hawaii Chainsaw Massacre guy would be like.
That's funny, man. Now that's going to be in my head. I'm going to have to do a drawing of like Leatherface in a hula skirt. Then number 5 is an homage to Halloween. That was actually the trickiest of all these to figure out how I was going to pay tribute to it.
The thing that's kind of cool about this is how you almost have a Phantom of the Opera-esque flair to it, in my opinion. Was that intentional?
A little bit. Then last but not least, we have the cover that features the title character of the series, the character called Paradox. And this piece is a tribute to one of my favorite movies, another one of my favorite franchises, The Evil Dead.
Oh my God.
Army of Darkness. So that was a lot of fun. And connected to that, the publisher asked if I could do a sculpt of that cover. And so we have this.
Damn, I can hardly wait to get that one. I think everyone watching this wants that in their life, Les.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a really hard sculpt to paint. With my current situation, that was really difficult to paint. But I'm happy with how it came out. I think it came out pretty good. So, yeah, those will be when the publisher is called Resolute Bliss, and when we go on the road next year promoting and everything, I believe that and the character Deceit over there will have pieces available for folks to buy at the table. There you go. Next up, we have a special little wall right here that Charles is going to love.
Good.
For those who don't know, in case anyone's wondering why there's so much Charles involved stuff here, Charles is actually the guy behind a company called Silver Phoenix Entertainment that publishes games and comics, and I do a lot of work for Charles. It's how we know each other.
Yeah, and sometimes we symbiote back and forth. It's like, oh, God, hell, I got to deal with this. Can you deal with this, Charles? Yeah, sure. And then vice versa.
These are paintings from an upcoming book about Elizabeth Bathory.
Yes.
Charles can give you more details about the book, because it's his baby. But these are the covers to it. I'm also doing the interiors, so keep an eye out for that.
Yeah. What's really neat is a friend of mine, Laura, we came up with a concept. It's slightly changed, known as nefarious serial killers. And we thought of doing old time serial killers, like from the 1800s, 1500s, 1300s. And then we're like, wait a second, Elizabeth Bathory is a serial killer. Let's start off with her. And at the time, it was going to literally be starting on the 400th anniversary of her birth. But unfortunately, I kept finding flaky artists who just, you give them money, they disappear. You give them money, they disappear. Then finally, I meet Les, and he does not disappear, which is awesome. And just the creativity of it. And we're taking a little creative license. You're making a little more sensuous with her to add to the horror element. But I think this is going to be a very strong book. And
that lisp, Charles. Sensuous.
Yeah. And one thought that Les had was, what if we turned this into a series like In Between Times and different mini parts that are historically accurate, but in a full year you got a lot of days and a lot of things can happen.
I'm sure if we're going back many parts well.
So we'll see what happens. But it could be really evolving into just something that everybody wants, where Vampirella bows before her.
Yeah, that'd be wild if it took off well enough to get that.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be a great cover where literally Vampirella is on her hands and knees just bowing, and then you see Lilith. I mean, not Lilith. Elizabeth Bathory with a position like "You may rise before me."
Now we've got one last wall that you've probably seen a little of in the past through, but this will be the first time I'm showing this stuff publicly on stream. So this is another set of paintings that, like with the Paradox paintings, these all connect together to make one big image. And these are the covers to Oz, the Nightmare in Emerald.
Your collage covers are just genius. And the way you stage them so they can stand alone is just awe-inspiring. And then when you puzzle it together, it makes complete sense too. I mean, how did you really come up with that type of design where you could compartmentalize it like this?
Just like everything else, one word: work. I mean, I know it sounds simplistic, but it's work. I mean, a lot of sketching, a lot of doodling, a lot of playing around with it. Laying out grids and things and comparing and button things up together and just going, okay, this is going to be a book. This is going to be a book. How, there's a process to it, and I've kind of nailed it down to a bit of a science at this point that works out really well.
Yeah. And some of the subliminals you have are quite fascinating. Like behind, you got the pitchfork, but by itself, it almost seems like the female protagonist has two horns, or it could be misconstrued as a partial halo. Depending on how you look at it.
What's funny, if you'll point up here at this, originally in my first pass of design on this, I had this element right here lower, and it was so you had this whole thing. It was angled here, came in, and here, and part of why I changed it was I was told that actually looked like she had a crucifix, like she was on a cross.
Wow.
And
Carrying the cross.
Yeah, it looked like she was carrying her cross.
Wow.
I liked it, but then that ended up getting changed because as I progressed with it, it didn't really make it. It screwed up the layout for how these would work as individual covers.
Yeah. And then I like how the hat on the other to the line almost seems like a dagger going to his eye. It's like, geez.
And the Cowardly Lion, his face up in the corner is one of my favorite parts of all this.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. And that, and then the Tin Man, I don't know, I had like a mental glitch on the Tin Man that ended up getting me past the kind of creative block that I had, and it turned into an exercise in painting metal that I'm very happy with.
Well, the thing that's really fun about the Tin Man is how unique it is with the embroidery and also his beak-like structure for the face, which dehumanizes him.
Yeah, well, he's there's definitely some design cues taken from the Iron Giant.
Oh wow!
And he has, I mean, it's like a steampunk combination of the OG Tin Man with the Iron Giant. And I like having this kind of rough filigree in different parts of his armor.
Yes.
But if you notice, it's not in every single plate. It's almost like he probably started out with filigree everywhere and was extremely ornate, but over time and use has had to replace parts that are just simpler, get them on, get it done kind of parts. So it's just a little story touch that I put in the guy. So since we're moving along, we'll get to the Witch of the West.
Oh man, she is HOT.
I'm really dig her. She's a lot of fun. There's an interesting thing that happens in the story with the witches, and in this particular story, there's multiple witches. But the power they all draw on has this green element to it. And there's reasons for that would give away too much in the story. But anyway, use this power that's embedded throughout Oz. The more you use it, the more you eventually turn green. So
that's awesome.
Here we have her earlier in the story when she hasn't completely succumbed to that power yet.
Wow. And I thought it was she ate too much lettuce and got filled with chloroform. Oh, well, somebody says it reminds them of Michelle Pfeiffer. Was she an influence?
Probably subliminally because, puberty.
Yeah. Yeah.
My age.
Pfeiffer was hot.
I mean, Pfeiffer in Batman Returns.
Oh, my God.
I think I would have been maybe 17 when that came out, 17 or 18. Yeah, that left a mark.
Yeah.
And then the last thing we've got here is the cover for issue 6. There's another shot of Dorothy, and there's a lot of reasons why this one is really special to me. A lot of reasons I won't even get into because if I did, they would give away parts of the story.
Yeah. Well, again, with the way that you've done it, the hand being in that frame almost doesn't make sense, but by itself, it does. Like, it just shows her madness and what she's seeing. And, the girl's straight out Batflakes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So let's pull back and get one more shot to close out on from the full piece. And
I like how your name's on the top like that. I think we all need to give you a round of applause for an incredibly successful, amazing, and quite intimidatingly good art show.
Thanks. It was an interesting thing to experience, interesting thing to do. So I'm gonna come on here for just a second. Hello.
Hi everybody. Hi Lois.
Watching you guys. Thanks to everybody for watching, this thing each week and all the goofy garbage we get into. But today was kind of special because we're going to be closing the show down. Tomorrow's the last day the show will be open, and then it all breaks down Friday. But I wanted to come out and do a show out of here and let everybody have folks who couldn't make it here, give them a chance to take the tour and see everything and do all that.
Next time we're going to do it at the beginning of the art gallery so that we can draw more people to come see it live. Okay?
That would be cool. I was going to try to, but we got preempted by some stuff. But
yeah, and there are going to be other shows too. I mean, that's why you got such a great agent.
On that note, we're going to turn around and thank my camera lady, Miss Keith.
Great job. You did wonderful. Wonderful.
Everybody say thank you to my beautiful.
Yep, she's genius.
That's right. She is as of September officially Mrs. Garner. So.
She has a Michelle Pfeiffer look to her, but better.
Shut up. When I first met her, I said she looked like Ming Na Wen. The
wow.
chick who plays May in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So anyway, y'all. See, you
want us to go to commercials, Les?
That little lady's what keeps me going, you guys. So thanks everybody for checking us out, hanging out. Take us out.
All right, I'm gonna play a couple.
Go to commercial.
Go to commercial. Yeah. Peace, everybody.
Later, y'all.
When a series of shipping disasters points to a mysterious sea monster, Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson leave the comfort of Baker Street and board a freighter where they encounter unexpected betrayal and come face to face with the enigmatic Captain Nemo and his submarine, the Nautilus. As they delve deeper into the case, they uncover a conspiracy involving a Russian Tsar with an airship that rains destruction on unsuspecting cities. With time running out and the world on the brink of war, the heroes must use all their skills and resources to stop a massive conspiracy and prevent global conflict. From Eisner-winning writer Mike Barron and illustrator Richard Bonk, dive into the depths of adventure and unravel the mysteries of the sea with the world's greatest detective in Leviathan. Order now at baroncomics.com.
Little president in his sandbox play, build a tower, make it stay. Digging deep through the golden sand, building the future with your hands. Tiny suits and shiny shoes, making plans and making news. Friends all gather to join along, in the sandbox they all belong. Little president from that play, every day a brand new day. Learning, growing your own way, in the great big sandbox that is the USA. The USA. Share your dreams with everyone, sandbox fun under the sun. Big ideas taking flight, with Little Trump everything's bright. Dig a moat, build a wall, in the sandbox he stands so tall. Dreamer dream, builder build, Little Trump your heart's fulfilled. Little President Trump that play, every day a brand new day. Learning, growing your own way, in the great big sandbox that is the USA. Hooray, hooray, for the USA.
Tube and feel the vibe. Every show you crave right here live. Heroes and villains clash in the night. Madness Comic Network sets it right. Scroll through the list, find what you need. Epic battles and fast-paced speed, from capes to cosmic space delight. Tune in and watch your favorites ignite. On Facebook, share the thrill so grand. On X, the buzz across the land. Madness Comic Network all around. In every episode, joy is found. Uploads, they never end. Superheroes and their friends. Catch every twist and every turn. Madness Comic, you will yearn. Stay up to date with every twist. Madness Comic, don't miss a gist. From laughter to tears, every mood. Madness Comic sets the groove. Click that button and subscribe. Catch the wave and ride the tide. Join the fun, join the craze. Madness Comic brightens days. Hey! New uploads, they never end. Superheroes and their friends. Catch every twist and every turn. Madness Comic, you will yearn. Stay up to date with every twist. Madness Comic, don't miss a gist. From laughter to tears, every mood. Madness Comic sets the groove. Click that button and subscribe. Catch the wave and ride the tide.